가끔은 행복하기도 해요. 그래도 또 어떤 때는 어딘가 갇혀있는 기분이 들어요. 꿀까? 아유, 잘했어. 아유, 잘했어. 아빠 왔다. 아빠?
내가 목욕시키려고 일찍 왔는데.
고마워.
뭐 애 하나 생긴다고 크게 달라지겠어?
과연 그럴까?
제가 잘 도와드리겠습니다.
딸내미가 최고다. 너무 이쁘잖아.
사부인. 저도 제 딸 보고 싶어요.
저 지금 뭐라카노?
네가 가끔 다른 사람이 돼.
아영아. 사실은 다 제 잘못이에요.
지영 씨 부족해서 그런 거 아니야. 지영아, 너 하고픈 거 해.
Hello guys, how are you? Are you doing good? I hope you're still in good condition as always. So for today's our group project, we would like to explain about a movie called Kim Ji-young born in 1982. This movie was so popular in 2019. This movie ever won some awards such like Best Arts Award for Film category, Best New Director, and Grand Bell Award for Best Actress. The reason why our group chose this movie is because it contains a lot of moral value, regardless of the lessons we will get, but we will find, know, and understand it. Surely, how some social issues in the society still exist until now. So without any further ado, I will introduce my group members. So we have Zefania, Gratia, Raharjo, yes, it's me, and next we have Fariz, Himawan. Then the last we have Tiara Martin.
Hello everyone, my name is Fariz Himawan and my number is 39202013.
Hello everyone, my name is Tiara Martin and my name is 39202021.
Now we are moving to the first topic. I will explain the first topic. It is patriarchy culture. I will explain how patriarchy culture described by the movie Kim Ji-young born in 1982 and what is the relation between the element muted group and this movie. So at the beginning of the story, we will find a married couple, the wife called Ji-young and the husband called Dae-hyun. Ji-young is just an ordinary housewife like the others. Her activities mostly just take care of her daughter called Ah-hyun and look after house chores. But after some scenes where Dae-hyun tried to take out her wife for a holiday with their daughter, before they will go, Dae-hyun asked her wife to visit Dae-hyun's parents. And we will see how the patriarchy culture still exists in Korea, especially. After spending at least one day in Dae-hyun's parents' house, starting appear problems such like first, Dae-hyun's mom or Ji-young's mother-in-law asked Ji-young to do house chores like cooking, preparing dinner, taking care of the house, and the others. Surely, Ji-young was exhausted to do all those chores, but for showing her respect to her mother-in-law, she still did all those chores. She just tried to show to her that she is a good daughter-in-law. Then secondly, when Dae-hyun noticed his wife looked so tired, he just wanted to help her wash the dishes. But after Dae-hyun's mom realized that her son did that, she teased her daughter-in-law Ji-young and told this to her. Oh, look how lucky my daughter-in-law. She really has good husband. It is like her mother-in-law thought that Ji-young never do the house chores and left them all to her husband just because of Dae-hyun washed the dishes.
괜찮아, 해줄게.
가 있어줘.
우리 대현이는 신신 남편 있네.
집에선 제가 다 해요, 어머니.
아이고 뭐라 하나. 이모 우리 아들 못지다는데 토를 다 넣어.
그게 아니라.
And next, at the midnight, Ji-young woke up and she saw her mother-in-law was preparing food ingredients. So she decided to help her mother-in-law. Then suddenly, her mother-in-law gave her a apron we will show how Jiyoung reacting that she's kinda disappointed. It is like, why did you give me a apron? I just realized the meaning of the apron by Jiyoung's mother-in-law. So the apron is represented a good housewife, and I think her mother-in-law want her to take care her daughter and her husband harder. So indirectly, it is like you have to done all your obligation as a wife. You should obey your husband, just do the house chores and don't try to leave your task as a wife. I mean, like looking for a job, you know, right? In this era, women can do all jobs like office clerk, journalist, and etc. But Jiyoung's mother-in-law don't want to see her daughter-in-law becomes a woman career. She is just afraid if Jiyoung will forget her principal daddy as a wife.
아, 내 니한테 줄 거 있다. 마음에 들란가 모르겠다.
이게 뭐예요, 어머니? 어머니, 너무 예뻐요.
그치?
네.
네 고문이 좋아하지?
네.
내 이거 네 주려고 주룩주룩 서갖고 챙겨왔다.
감사합니다.
Also, other scenes that I can remember, one of them is when Jiyoung was a child and she and her older sister just made some jokes and laughed together. Then her grandma interrupted them to silence. She told that having daughters are annoying things because girls mostly are noisy rather than boys. But when Jiyoung's younger brother makes some noises, her grandma just let him screaming. Then I see how Jiyoung's older sister reaction. She's kinda showing her sullen face at her grandma. Also, when Jiyoung asked her sister after they look at a huge world map, "Do you wanna stay in Korea or prefer wanna go abroad?" Her sister answered, "No, I don't wanna stay in Korea, I wanna go abroad." Then Jiyoung asked again, "Why?" Her sister answered again, "Someday you will know what I mean." And I think it is like, it's like a clue from Jiyoung's older sister that patriarchy exists in their family, so that's why she wants to go abroad.
아유, 시끄러 죽겠네. 아니 어찌 이사 오자마자 지지바들이 그냥 난리굿이 가. 여자들은 고조 조신하니, 알겠지? 저 얼른 나와서 엄마이 저 밥 차리는 거 도와드리라,
The second point is quality of life. Jiyoung is under pressure in her life. Being a housewife who is required to be able to serve her husband, take care of her daughter, and take care of the housework. Jiyoung couldn't relax in her life. She couldn't do what she wants. Coupled with the pressure from her mother-in-law, who demands her to be a perfect wife. Let's see it is seen.
어머니,
더 자주 와.
다 잤어요. 어머니, 이거 시금치 다 삶으실 거예요?
아, 내 니한테 줄 거 있다. 마음에 들란가 모르겠다.
이게 뭐예요, 어머니? 어머니, 너무 예뻐요.
그치?
네.
네 고문이 좋아하지?
네.
내 이거 네 주려고 주렁주렁 서갖고 챙겨왔다.
감사합니다.
아양 친구 뽀로로.
Gio could not rest and she was stopped by her mother-in-law to continue cooking for tomorrow morning. She was mute because she didn't want to disappoint her mother-in-law's word.
And the third is gender inequality. In this film, it is very visible about gender inequality. There are several scenes about gender inequality that are shown in this film. In the first is Saint childhood, women have been preserved by the rule that they must be quiet and not make noise. So let's take a look at this snippet.
미국. 언니는? 나는 스웨덴, 덴마크, 핀란드. 왜 이렇게 모르는 데 가려고 해? 거긴 한국 사람들이 없잖아. 그게 뭔 소리야? 몰라도 돼?
아유 시끄러 죽겠네. 아니 어찌 이사 오자마자 지지바들이 그냥 난리굿이 가. 여자들은 고조 조신하니, 알겠지? 저 얼른 나와서 엄마이 저 밥 차리는 거 도와드리라,
Okay, in this clip, you can see there are two girls, Gio and her sister, are playing together and watching a little louder. Then they are warned by their aunt that girls must be quiet, don't make noise. So, as a girls, they have been preserved to keep their attitude and silent. They sign they were a child. And the next one is many women have lost their dreams, their work, or ended their careers because of marriage. So let's see this scene.
아영만 뭐예요? 여기 와서 앉아요.
큰애도 있나 봐요.
에? 그거 제가 푸는 거예요.
이리 와서 앉으세요.
이리 와요.
그걸 몇 시간씩 푼대? 진짜 이상한 게 수학 문제 풀고 있으면 마음이 좀 안정되거든요.
어머나. 아, 영호 엄마가 서울대 공대 출신이잖아요.
왜 그렇게 열심히 공부했나 몰라.
영호 구구단 가르치려고.
그거구나. 그치. 이제 알았습니다.
아니 근데 아영 엄마는 전공이 뭐예요? 저는 국문과.
이야.
소설가 뭐 이런 거? 아니요, 저 입학할 때나 꿈꿨지 졸업 후에는 홍보회사 다녔어요.
그러시구나. 자기 전공이 뭐라 그랬지?
나는 우리 보람이 책 읽어주려고 연기 전공했습니다.
맞아.
거울아.
응.
세상에서 누가 제일 이쁘지?
백설공주?
아니 애가 괜찮아? 잘 들어?
울어. 아니 그러면 그게 또 근데 희열이 있어.
In this scene, it is clear that many housewives of Kim Ji-hyun's friends are university graduates. Some even graduated from engineering but ended up as housewives because the world of work is still haunted by the notion that the nature of women, such as menstruation, childbirth, childbearing, it is a disturbance to production activities and business continuity. This makes them rigid and then sacrifice their career and remain a housewife. then Jiyoung wants to go back to work because she wants to get back into a career and become a career woman. Her mother-in-law firmly refuses Jiyoung's wishes. So let's take a look at the following snippet.
흑염소. 아영아, 놀고 있어. 엄마 할머니한테 전화 좀 할게. 네, 어머니 한약이 왔어요.
그래.
어머님이 보내주신 한약 먹고 저 회사 열심히 다닐게요.
응? 회사? 네 회사 나가나?
원래 일하던 회사 상사님이 다시 불러주셔서요.
뭔 소리고? 육아휴직?
네.
야, 니 정말 해제도 너무 하는 거 아이가?
어머니 그게 아니라요. 저기.
아니 안기를 꼬말리 같은 아들이 어찌 그리 생각이 잘러?
어머니.
아이 몰라. 어떻게 시다봐 끊으라 마.
It seems so obvious that her mother-in-law is not supportive and instead get angry because of Jiyoung's wish. She thinks Jiyoung's job is interfere with her husband's career, and as a woman, she should still carry out to her nature to be a responsible housewife. Mother-in-law's response like that make Jiyoung muted, unable to freely carry out her wishes and discourage her from returning to work. She is again silent by her obligation as a woman, muted by the inequality of the existence of men and women both in communication and action.
And the next point is sexual abuse. In this point, there are some scenes. The first is when Jiyoung's ex-work colleague told to her that there's sexual abuse ever happened in their office. A tiny camera looks like a nail in the corner toilet door. Most of the victims are women, surely, and the worst is a lot of recorders when the female employee changed clothes and the video recorders are up in the social media. And the second one, when Jiyoung got sexual abuse when she was in high school. She got it in the bus on way back home, but fortunately an old lady helped her.
화장실 절대로 가지 말라고.
왜? 왜 그러는데?
아 그냥 좀 그러라면 그래.
이유를 말해줘야지. 말 안 해주면 나 갈 거야?
아니 진짜 미치겠네.
잠깐만요. 혹시 패드 있니?
3층 고장이야. 다른 데로 가.
응? 아니야. 나 좀 전에도 다녀왔는데?
언니.
너 얼굴이 왜 이래? 어디 아파?
얘들아.
보안요원이 몰카를 설치했다고? 그 보안요원 어떻게 됐어?
그 새끼는 설치한 놈이니까 빼박고 속이지. 내가 화나는 건 오 과장이야. 아니 인터넷에서 그 사진들 발견하고 우리 회사인 줄 알았으면 신고를 해야지. 어떻게 남자 사원들이랑 돌려볼 수가 있냐?
말도 안 돼.
주구장창 3층만 다녔어.
학생, 어디 안 좋아요? 앉을래요?
아니요.
야, 내가 불렀잖아.
학생! 학생! 이거 놓고 내렸어요. 어떡해. 많이 놀랬죠? 괜찮아요.
And the fifth is women discrimination. Okay, next I will explain about women discrimination, but first let's look at the following movie clip.
이사하셔서 좋으시죠? 덕분에 며칠 잘 지내다 갑니다. 아유, 저도 우리 둘째 아들 덕에 아주 호강하면서 삽니다. 그럼요, 우리 사이 대견하죠. 사부인 드세요. 자, 먹자. 아유, 어쨌거나 집안에 사내 아들이 저 노인은 돼야 돼요. 난 우리 애미가 저 아들 하나 더 낳았으면 좋겠어요. 야, 그거 다 너 위해서 그러는 거야. 그냥 팔랑 지석이 하나 낳아놓고서는 너무 허전해요.
할머니, 큰아버지랑 작은아버지는 할머니 얼굴도 안 보는데 아들이 그렇게 좋아요?
야, 이제 사부인 들으시니도 뭐. 아니, 야가 누굴 닮아서 이렇게 맹랑해.
내가 엄마한테 효도할 거야.
아이고, 야들 보라. 아유, 뚫린 입이라고 말은 잘한다. 자, 너희들 다 커서 시집 가보라. 그러면 그냥 그저 고만이야.
아니에요, 안 그래요.
In these scenes, it can be seen how women experience discrimination from birth. In the Korean context, there is a strong belief that having a son is a must. There is also an assumption that giving birth to many girls is not good for the future, because after marriage, they will leave their parents to take care of their husband. And next, Ji-young is always blamed or discriminated in all situations. Before, let's see the following snippet.
야! 야, 내가 불렀잖아.
학생! 이거 놓고 내렸어요. 어떡해. 많이 놀랬죠? 괜찮아요.
지영아! 왜 그래?
이제 괜찮아.
아니, 왜 그렇게 학원을 멀리 다녀? 당장 옮겨. 단정히 입고 다녀. 봐라, 치마가 짧잖아. 그리고 절대 아무나 보고 웃으면 안 돼.
나 안 웃었어. 기억도 안 나.
그게 문제다. 왜 기억이 안 나? 늘 살펴야지. 바싹 긴장하고 피해 다녀야지. 아이가 굴러오는데 가만히 있을 거야? 못 피하면 못 피하는 사람 잘못이야. 알았어?
In this scenes, Ji-young is seen going home with her father and being scolded for almost being harassed by a young man. In this context, Ji-young is a victim, but her father blames Ji-young from a patriarchal culture perspective because Ji-young takes lessons for a way, wears short skirts and smiles at strangers. This discrimination made Ji-young muted because she was always blamed in all situations. Even though in that scene she was a victim, but again she was discriminated against for those reasons. And next, it's the discrimination that Ji-young goes through. This discrimination causes Ji-young to become unmuted. She was pressured to by their political dominance that the perception system of men was dominant and hindered women's freedom of expression. This makes it difficult for Jiyoung to express what she wants to say. She will find it difficult to speak if there are no words that can describe what is on her mind.
The last point is striving for consensus. Jiyoung actually wants to go back to work and have a career like when she was not married. However, because her daughter is still small and it is impossible to leave her to work, and the worst part is that her mother-in-law is furious and strongly disagrees with Jiyoung's crazy idea. Jiyoung cancels the idea. We can see in the scenes.
네, 어머니 한약이 왔어요.
그래.
어머님이 보내주신 한약 먹고 저 회사 열심히 다닐게요.
응? 회사? 네 회사 나가나?
원래 일하던 회사 상사님이 다시 불러주셔서요.
뭔 소리고? 육아휴직?
네.
야, 니 정말 해제도 너무하는 거 아이가?
어머니 그게 아니라요. 저기.
아니 아끼를 구말리 같은 아들이 어찌 그리 생각이 짧러?
어머니.
아이 몰라. 어떻게 시다봐 끊으라 마.
In that scene, she was shocked, hurt, cried, and mute herself.
So, the conflict in this film is mental illness experienced by Jiyoung, discrimination to women, sexual harassment, patriarchal produce mental illness like what happened to Jiyoung. All of that pressure Jiyoung so that she suffers from dissociative disorder. Dissociative disorder is when a person suffers from this disease. They become a different person, whether it is from the past or not. But after they wake up, they forget what happened. So let's take a look at the snippet.
지영아.
나 지금 엄마 생각하고 있었는데.
다 거짓말이지?
응? 뭐가? 엄마 왜 그래? 무슨 일 있어?
아니, 없어. 그냥 너 보고 싶어서 잠깐 들렀어. 지영아, 밥 잘 챙겨 먹어. 응? 튼튼해야 뭐든 할 수 있지. 엄마가 금방 정리하고 네 근처로 와서 아영이 봐줄게. 일해. 엄마가 도와줄게. 너 하고픈 거 해. 엄마 간다. 나 가.
미숙아. 그러지 마. 네가 그 꽃다운 나이에 오빠들 뒷바라지 한다고 청계천에서 미싱 돌리고 얼굴 헬쓱해져서 월급 따박따박 받아올 때마다 엄마 가슴이 찢어졌었어. 너무 착한 내 딸.
위중에서 온 그리드에서 왔을 때 엄마 가슴이 얼마나 찢어졌는지 몰라. 그때 마음껏 안아주지도 못하고 고맙단 말도 못했다, 미숙아. 미안하다. 지영이 힘들어도 다 알아서 할 거야. 강단 있게 키웠잖아, 그렇지?
내 새끼. 금 같은 내 새끼. 옷 같은 내 새끼. 정서방, 내 새끼가 왜 이러나? 우리 지영이가 어쩌다가 이렇게 됐나? 지영아, 아이고 지영아, 아이고 지영아. 아이고 지영아.
So now, what is the connection between film and muted group theory? Let's see what silent group theory is. Silent group theory focuses on how dominant group communicate in suppressing or silencing word, idea, and discourse from a marginalized group. This theory views that language in a particular culture does not allow everyone to speak.
Now we are moving to see all the points have mentioned before. Start from patriarchy culture still exists. As we know that patriarchy culture caused lots of things popping up. Many social issues such like discrimination to women, sexual abuse, gender inequality. It proves that women, not all of them but mostly, still cannot speak up for themselves. They still obey and follow the norms and rules in society that can corner them. They influenced by the stigmas in society, but when they try to speak up, what they received instead scolding, insults, hate comments, or moreover violence, because they don't want to follow the rules from the major group, men in this case. And the worst thing is, most of the women who try to speak up for themselves may get hate from fellow women instead of support.
The conclusion is that excessive pressure could make a person suffer from mental illness, depression, and the worst part is being crazy. It's just like Ji-young. She got many stresses in her life, such as discrimination, patriarchal culture, and others. She also couldn't say what she wants to say. She is not free to express what she wants. This made her even more depressed. So she experienced mental illness and depression.
Okay, so that's all for our presentation of fiction group analysis using muted group theory in a fictional film. It's a Korean movie entitled Kim Ji-young, born 1982. Hopefully our presentation is well delivered, well received, and also clear. So thank you very much for your attention and goodbye.